Hello, everybody on YouTube. Good to see you. I can't see you, actually. Hello, and welcome. I'm going to be letting the students in soon just to warm up and hang out and chat if they want. And then I'm going to start the class on the hour. So we'll be starting the class in about 4 minutes with some warm-ups. I really recommend that you click the link and get the Zoom info, train with us live. That way I can actually give you feedback. So it's up to you. But if you want to just keep watching us on YouTube and hopefully participating too, that's fine. But obviously, if you're only on YouTube, then I can't give you pointers. If you join us on Zoom, I'll be able to see you on my screen up on my wall there. And I'll give you some pointers. Depending on what you offer me in your training. So here we go, letting the other members in. So, and by the way, the link you'll find in the description under the video and also in the chat, the live chat. All right. And don't forget to subscribe and click the notifications bell. Hello, everybody. We're about 3 minutes early. So, and maybe Thomas, you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Perfect, thank you. So I decided I'm going to try to open. Oh, Sarah's here. Okay, I'm going to try to get in the habit of opening our Zoom just a few minutes early, and feel free to unmute during this beginning time. It's just a new idea that I've had. So we're 3 minutes away from start. Sarah, as usual, glad to see you and sad to see you all at the same time. Wish you could be training in person exclusively. But anyway, so feel free to unmute yourselves for the next 2 minutes now. If you want, you can chat, you can hang out. It's a new idea that I thought it might be nice to open up Zoom just a couple minutes early before we go into so. But Sarah, so glad to see that you're looking healthy, and here you are on our Zoom. But I'm guessing that the dojo's locked down. Is that correct?
Yeah, we've been training outside, but it's really bad weather right now.
I see.
Yeah, it was really sunny the last 2 weeks, so we've actually been allowed to train outside as long as we keep our distance. So we've been doing that, but nice. It's been hailing and snowing and everything. So
oh my gosh,
not ideal.
Yeah, back to Zoom, huh? Crazy. Wow. Huh.
Everything's going all right there?
Everything's okay. They're talking about opening schools April 19th, I think they're saying. So, and I've told my students that I'm going to do whatever the schools do a week or two after they do it. You know, I'll let them sort of test things. And but over the course of the last 12 months, a couple times I jumped like really quickly when I got news of opening. I thought, okay, and then off we went to the park or off we went to the dojo. And then after like 2 classes, had to shut it down, and it involved a lot of work every time I transitioned, you know, new waivers, you know, American style. I have to sign this and sign that. And so I had to create those, you know, and just for 2 classes, buying stuff, buying equipment. And it's crazy. Anyway, okay, we are at 10 o'clock. So here we go. And let me do one more thing here. Okay. All right, let's expand. press again. Once more, expand. Continue expanding even as the compression begins. All right, let's bow in. Shomen ni. Hey. Hey. お願いします。はい。And Thomas, it looks like you're still unmuted. So the camera's jumping over to you sometimes. Turning. Right, other way. There you go. Thanks very much. And leaning back and turning. And the other side. And towards the toes. Right legs wide. Other side. And down the center. All right, one. Other side. Down the center. Together. Right edge, draw your center towards your feet. Right rib cage. And turn. Side. Right. Let's loosen the ankles. Other way. Right toes. And other way. Lengthen them. And widen them. Nice. So much. Like that. Rounding. Shake it out. Foot. Right. Pounding. Stomachs. And up. To the side. And the other side. And alternate. Right, and child's pose. To the side. Other side. Drop a shoulder. Drop the other shoulder. Drop the shoulder and roll the arm. Other side. Then roll up onto the toes. Let your Achilles tendon in the bottom of the calf stretch a little bit. Just massage the balls of your feet against the floor. Should feel good on the calves. If it bothers your knees, just stand up and wait for us to catch up with you. Right. Just circles with the knees. Other way. Elbows. I bend them. I touch toes. Bend. And touch toes. I bend again with some out. Up again. Right legs wide. Other side. I drop a shoulder. Switch to the other side. And alternate. And all the way down. All right, other side. Right, and up onto the center line. And this time, stay on the center line. Drop the shoulders, alternate. Right, drop the hips further. And push the knees outward. All right, let's scoop it up. Again, scoop it up. Imagine compressing it into your center, then expanding it out through your spine. Again. Up again. Step forward. Turn to the outside. Other side. Again. And again. Then shoulders. And this one. Then feet straight with about 1 foot width between them. Rocking forward, back, forward, back, forward. Then side to side. Really let your lower back loosen up when you do the side to side. Let this knee bend and this knee. You should really feel it in the back. And let's do the wrists. Other hand. And from below. Other side. And kotegaishi. And the other side. Sankyo. Other side. And this one. Other side. Switch again. Let's switch again. Check one thing on the computer. Okay, that's fine. Shake them out. Take one now. Again. Expand. Compress. Expand. All right. Right foot 65 degrees. Left foot 4 foot lengths forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoulders way up. Shoulders way back. Shoulders way down. Let's see if you can maintain that as even as the arms sway back and forth. Here we go. A ho, 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 a ho. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another very, very interesting thing. I've been telling my students for 25 years, loosen the arms, loosen the shoulders, and then when you shift your weight to the front leg, then the arms swing. I got a new inspiration for this. Nimata Sensei said, when the knee stops, you shift your weight forward, and when the knee stops, the arms swing. So that's actually very, very interesting to me. It sounds so simple, but, and I looked up the Japanese word for this in English, and it's called, I think it was called angular velocity. But anyway, and it's the momentum when something stops. For example, something riding on top of this. If this then stops, these keep going. Yeah, so when this knee stops, think about that too, okay? Not just, you know, at our level, none of us are here on our first month of Aikido or something. So we're all at different levels of, you know, progress here. And this is the time when we can start thinking of of deeper meanings behind things. Anyway, so here we go. Shoulders way up, shoulders way back, and shoulders way down. Think about that knee. Think about the momentum, the angular velocity. Here we go. A ho, 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 a ho. Expand. Again. And again. Okay. All right. Let's get our Joe. We haven't done Joe in a little while. So let's review. Okay. Hey, onegaishimasu. All right. So let's just review our kata. And of course, just a couple reminders before we start. You've heard me say before, but reminders here. Usually when we strike something, whether it's whatever weapon it is, or even our hand actually, we often lose the expansion through here. So looks cool, all right? But it loses the center often. So keep the expansion in your torso, keep the expansion of your neck going up when you hit something. The other thing, when we get to this strike, remember that we had better luck with our structure. Let me get right in front of the camera. Better luck with our structure when we envisioned this entire person here, rather than striking this target here, focusing on this target. Look what happened to my knee. It came in very, very slightly, but bad enough. Right? So this is the tendency. And if you just focus on the target, it's really likely to come in. If you focus on the whole picture here, this whole person, it's much easier. Beautiful, Cliff. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, much easier to keep hummy body. This perfect this perfect hummy body structure. All right. So those are my reminders. Smash your lamp. And okay, here we go. Right, hand at each end. Feet. Knee. San. Shi. 5. 6. Yeah, good. Okay. Then, and Thomas, when we had our teacher training class, one of the things I said in there is that, sorry, I encourage people to look away from their camera and screen as much as they can. So obviously you don't want to ignore the teacher, don't look away constantly, but be careful with your strike. I'm not exactly sure, but it looked like maybe one of the strikes your posture kind of went like this, but it looked like it was because you were looking at the screen. So especially this last strike, even if you have to look away from the screen, give that a try, looking upward instead of down. So here we go. Yeah, so sorry, a little bit talkative today. We had a teacher training class on Saturday. And one of the things that I try to remember myself is not to look too much at the screen and the camera while I'm moving, because this is what happens. And don't pass them up, don't miss those opportunities. Other times, obviously, you have to look at the screen. Makes more sense. And yeah, looks like my internet is going in and out. I'm sorry, I'm not sure. Actually, I can change this. This might help. Okay. But it's gonna mess up my other thing. Let's see. Okay, sorry for the stop and start, you guys. All right, 1 through 6 again. Shoulders up and back and down. Yeah, okay, here we go. はい。1、2、3、4、5、6. Yeah, Thomas looks nice. Cliff, nice. Sarah, the posture looks good. I couldn't see the rest of it because you're in a tight space, but must have been good because posture was beautiful. Okay, this time, let's take it to 10. And Sarah, obviously, if you have to use something different, like a short sword or a wooden spoon or whatever, do whatever you need to do. Hi. Okay, 1 to 10 this time. Hi, each end. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。Again. はい。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, a little bit of review on this one point, Sarah. So, Sarah, we finished number 6 is this. And then you might not have done this, the rest of this with us, or it might have just been a while ago. We take this top hand, the right hand, we roll it over so we get this other grip. So from here at our chest, it rolls over like that. That's all. Okay. So number 6 is this, to the knee. We roll this over as we retract this front foot. The reason why we roll this over and move this up is because a strike is coming. So, bing, like this. Or as Numata Sensei says, paching. The Japanese onomatopoeia, amazing. So this cuts. So 6, roll and retract the foot, keep the knees bent. Then the right foot goes 45 degrees backward. And we receive that strike, and we take advantage of that strike. We don't block the strike and then parry. We actually use it to our advantage. This starts the movement of the Jo. So we can capitalize on that. So in order to do that, we step out of the way, of course, and also we roll the wrists. So we roll the wrists like this. Don't just have them straight. You'll take too much shock in your wrist. So we need a cushion, shock absorber. So they go like that, not that, that, yeah. Okay, so we step 45 degrees and back with the wrists rolled. We let this strike start the Jo spinning. But of course we have to generate that spin ourselves here on Zoom in our living rooms or wherever we are. So we generate that ourselves. This back hand, the right hand, slides towards the middle hand. The middle hand lets go just for a moment and cuts right down my center line. It's like Shomanuchi. I go from here to here. And if I do that and the Jo is moving, it comes right to my hand. Or my hand might meet the Jo before it gets to the end. It might meet it. Oh, let me get closer. The Jo is moving. So my hand is here. Here. Now the Jo starts to move. I take my left hand off just for a little bit. And it rides right to the end of it. And becomes Yoko Manuchi. Again, here. Right hand comes to the middle one. Middle one lets go just enough. So you're just going here. I had a student one night on Zoom who was doing something like this. Okay, I exaggerate a little bit, but anyway, this shouldn't have to move from this line. It shouldn't have to go over here and do anything. Okay, anyway, and then we step. Now we're back on the center line. Then we roll the front hand over. We step 45 degrees and back. Cushion in the wrists. Same thing. We accept or we receive a strike here, or on we have to generate it. We let it start turning. Right hand disengages and comes immediately to the other end of the Jo. Nice, Thomas. Yes. Yeah. So it was interesting on Zoom. I created actually, because I never used to do much Jo at all. I created a bad habit on Zoom. I had a beginner, and since he was a beginner, and since I was on Zoom, I was making things as obvious as possible. I was exaggerating things. So I was taking this backhand, really letting go with it, taking this, really letting go with it, and going like that. And so that habit stuck with me. And when I had class with Numata Sensei, he said, whoa, whoa, whoa. You know, you don't want to be disengaged that much for that long. So just the opposite. Try to disengage as little as possible. Just for a moment. It just slides. And this one has to disengage for just a little bit, this left hand. But then get a hold of it as soon as you possibly can. All right. So let's do 1 through 10 again. Feet at 90 degrees. Shoulders up and back and down. Right, hands at each end. 8. Knee. Some. Shi. Go. Roku. Roll the right hand. Nana. Perceive the cut. Hachi. Nice, Sarah. Then roll the right hand again. as you retract the foot and then back. Yes. Ju. Beautiful. Everyone looking good. Yes. Okay. Then let's take it to, what is it, 14. If everybody remembers. Anyway, even if not. Here we go. はい。8、2、3、4、5、6. Roll the right hand. 7. 45 degrees backward. Yokoman. 8. Beautiful, Sarah. Roll the right hand. 9. Yes. Yokoman. 10. Good. Retract your foot and the jaw. Roll both hands. Roll them over the ends. Yokoman uchi. 11. Very nice. Retract again. Roll them both again. 12. Yokoman uchi. Retract again. Only roll the left hand. 13. So this strike is with sakate. The hand is facing downward. Yes, good. And this time, don't roll either hand. 14. Yes, 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 yes. Good. We're in hammi, by the way. So we've got hammi and irimi body going on in this. Come to think of it, we don't have any shumen body moments. All right, let's go through it again. This time I'll draw your attention to irimi body, hammi body. Makes a big difference. Okay. All right, lifting each end. So right now we're in irimi body. Right foot is at a 90-degree angle. So this is irimi body. My center line is here. Not quite here, but not hammi. Here. All right. Right. Each. Still irimi. Retract and back. Still irimi body. Now we're going to be in hammi body. So the front foot goes to 65. Hammi body. Beautiful. And remember to stretch up through the crown of your head as well. All right, let it flip. Come back to irimi body. Back foot is 90 degrees. And now, ski. Shi. Retract. Still irimi body for the backward strike. And then coming into hammi body. Okay. Okay, now we'll roll the right hand over, retract the foot. I don't know whether we named this stance. It's not irimi body or hammi body. Sorry, guys. But we're coming into hammi body for this yokoman or kesagiri. Hammi body. And the jo, let me get right in line with the camera. The jo traces your hammi center line, okay? If there were a center line on the floor right now, the jo would be right above it, not out here, right here. So your left hand is on your hammi line of your body, right next to your belt, your knot of your belt. Roll the right hand over, receive the cut. Nice. Going to end up in hammi body for kesagiri. Remember to expand the neck and the crown of the head. Yes, 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 yes. Retract. Roll both hands. Hammi body, kesagiri. So the left hand is on your hammi line. Retract. Roll both hands again. Kesagiri. Retract, just roll the left one. This is sakate instead of junte. In other words, a downward facing palm with the right hand. Yes, 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 yes. Retract, don't roll the hands at all. Kisagiri. All hungry body. Very nice, very nice. Okay. All right. Let's try to do it all without the jo now. Set it aside. Okay. Feet at 90 degrees. Shoulders up and back and down. Hand on the jo. Right. Lift the end, each hand to each end. Right. Each. Ni. Sang. Flip, hand at each end. Shi. Go. Roku. Roll the right hand. Nana. Hachi. Roll the right hand again. Kyu. Ju. Retract. Roll both hands. Kesa. Simple ones are difficult. Retract. Roll both hands again. Kesa. That's Juni. Retract. Just roll the left hand. Kesa. Sang. Retract. Don't roll either hand. Juyong. Nice. Nice. Yeah. Looks like it should be easy, but in my opinion, it's not. So, okay, let's try 10 again with the jo. So right off the bat, right from the start, one of the biggest challenges for me, I'll give you a side view. One of the biggest challenges for me was this was okay when I had the jo. And then when I didn't have the jo, I was like moving both hands, right? I couldn't keep track of them. And then for the backward one, doing like that. So anyway, let's go through 1 through 10 again, and pay attention to what the hands are doing now. Now that you've gotten a little bit natural, it's easy to lose track. So let's try it. Here, left hand is stationary, isn't it? Each. Retracts. Now the right hand is stationary. Ni. Sang. Hanmi position. Yeah. Flip. Shi. Right hand stationary. Left hand stationary. Go. Hanmi position. Roku. Roll the right hand over. No sliding of the hands. Now slide. Roll the right hand over again. Ju. Retract both. In other words, the left hand is going to stay where it is in space as you retract your foot and retract the jo. Then roll them over. Now the left hand comes towards your center, doesn't it? Okay, so right hand is stationary. We retract the jo. We roll both hands. Right hand comes towards your center. We always think of the other side of the jo. Retract, left hand is stationary. Just roll the left hand only. Bring it towards your center. Okay, so. Yeah, good. Right hand stationary. Don't roll either hand. And it comes towards your center. Nice. And Cliff, just so you're aware of it, you're still sometimes taking this back foot over on your strike. It's okay, and it absolutely has merits in certain situations. Just so you're aware, though, we're not doing that for this kata. So that you have the body awareness. All right. One more time then, without the jo. Now that we took it piece by piece and analyzed our hands. Okay. Right angle. Shoulders up and back and down. One hand on the jo. Lift it, hands at each end. Left hand stationary. Each. Right hand stationary. Ni. Hammi body. Sang. Flip, hands at each end. Right hand stationary. Shi. Left hand stationary. Go. Roku. Roll the right hand. Receive the cut. Spin. Hachi. Roll the right hand. Receive it. Q and Ju. Retract. Left hand stays there. Roll both hands. Kesa. Chi. Retract. Right hand stays there. Roll both hands. Chi. Retract. Roll just the left hand. Chi-san. Retract. Don't roll either one. Ju-yon. Very nice, very nice. Excellent. All right. Let's go again now. And we've done this before, but let's do it a little bit more, and now we can get even more creative. Let's try a pattern, a footwork, and we'll just try some strikes. Maybe you can try the first one with me, or not. We can do different ones. So anyway, I'll do something, and you can do it with me if you like. So I'm going to start in right hammi. And for example, so just we want to get used to these strikes in a more free-flowing pattern. Good, 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 good. And then here with tenshin. This is a pattern footwork. I'll roll the hands. Kesa. And then a pattern footwork. We turned, didn't we? So these are just example strikes, example jo movement. You could just as easily do a different pattern. This is just what I happened to do just now. Okay. And that's the point, isn't it, for all martial arts and for all kata, is for us to get used to this stuff so that it comes when it's necessary and when it's appropriate, whichever technique is appropriate. So let's do left hammi. Let's see if I can remember what I did. So I can recreate it. So I did that. And then I let it flip, I think, on tenshin. Then I rolled my hands, kesa. And then I did, what's the word? Zengo giri, turn and ski. Yeah. And I've done this for a few classes. I don't know whether everybody was in them or not. But every single time I do something that I go, wow, that was cool. And then I can't remember what it was. So let's try that one again, though, anyway. Right here. Oops. Here. Pay attention to your body position, whether you're in irimi body or hammi body. I'm doing the same one over and over, by the way. I'll do it again. Sorry. Left hammi. Tenshin, and I let it flip. Both ends. Roll. Gaze up. Feet stay where they are. We retract and turn. Zengo Giri. I'll try again with the right foot this time. Same pattern. To the knee. Here. Excellent. Yeah. Okay. Then let's see if we can come up with something different. I'll roll the hands right out of the gate and ski. In Tenshin, I'm just going to retract and to the knee, and then Zengo Giri, ski again. Again, not right and wrong, just getting used to incorporating the Jo in our movement. Here. What did I do? I think I rolled both hands, ski, retract for Tenshin, and then to the knee, turn, and ski. Okay, if you think of something different, please do something different. So I'm going to experiment a little bit. So let's do 1 minute or so of kind of freestyle. You can follow me or you can do something different. I broke the rules there. Nice. Excellent, excellent. Yeah. Very nice, very nice. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Hey, okay, let's put the Jo aside for a moment or maybe for good. Right. Thanks. Arigatou gozaimashita. Right. It's okay, Cliff. Then one last thing, kind of a combination of 2 points. First of all, Cliff and I had an excellent class last week. You missed it, but anyway, we had an excellent class and we were working on exaggerating the tenshin. So instead of just this, we were working on using this knee a lot, like this. And even on Zoom, this vacuum was conveyed. We used the towel a little bit, but I think you guys can get the idea. Exactly, Cliff. Yeah. I want to work with that a little bit more, and maybe we'll do even more next week. But also, I got an idea and inspiration from a message from Moritz. I was hoping he would be here, but anyway, he's talking about, yeah, but how does it feel? We're all in our living rooms with no partner. So I wanted to address that as well, this tenshin point. So sometimes you get a very strong partner and they're latched onto this wrist. And if you can do what Cliff and I were doing before, really using this front knee, sometimes they never really root themselves. They're not really that strong, but sometimes they are. It seems like regardless of how much you do this, of how well this goes, you still, you have this weight here, okay? So remember this, this principle of when we were talking for quite some weeks there, of the transition from Kesa to Seigan. Okay, coming to Seigan. Boy, Numata Sensei had some very strong words last week in one of his classes. He says, swordsman who doesn't know Seigan, they don't know sword. Seigan gamai, and I'm not sure, Sarah, how your terminology is, but Seigan is this. Okay, we come to Kesa, and then we transition to Seigan, and it's a straight on body position, and it's kind of threatening. The sword is here, aiming here towards your would-be attacker. So, anyway, this A pattern footwork, they're coming at us. We do this very classical style, and then whew, for sure, it's going to be really heavy here from a strong attacker. We come into Seigan. This changes the equation somewhat. And then move from the hip. Now this foot, this back, we get stuck often if it's a strong partner. But that's because the posture's like this. Then it feels like you can't move this foot. But if your posture is more like what you're looking like, Cliff, beautiful. If your posture is more like this, as long as you are indeed in Seigan, then this foot frees up. And you can come through here. If they're really, really strong, then you can make your body into almost like a wedge, almost leaning back as you come forward. Because this might not move so much forward. So you might need to leave this in space. You might need to leave this right here in space as you take your foot under it. There's a killer on this quad here. And then you can push it up with your hips. Take a hold of it and down. Okay, so we'll do the other side too. So let's imagine, if you want, you can imagine the feeling of that. The important thing is that just like all the sword work that we've been doing on Zoom, we're not taking the sword out here or out here. We've been working hard to keep this left hand on the hamme line, all right? Or for kiriotoshi, keep the left hand right here in front of the knot. Kesa, it's here. Kirioroshi, it's here. Shomen body, hamme body. We've been working very hard at that. All right, so keep that. Keep working hard at that. Because let's do left hamme, I already did right. So here we are in Seigan. Partner is coming to us. Tenshin. So we just did Kesa. And we want this to be in front of ourselves, not over here, not over here. There's no power over here. There's no power over here. So we end up here so that they grab right in front of our center. Then we change it to Seigan gamai. We change our body to Seigan gamai. Now we've got somewhat of an opening. Step through with the back foot. Extend down. Very nice, very nice. Okay, then as a small person and as a person who, you know, when I started in the 80s, I think I started at 82, and I don't know of any dojo that talked about or that really had, you know, what's the word? Compliant ukes. So in the right hamme, for example, here to here, oftentimes I could step through if I let my wrist stay where it was, but I couldn't seem to extend this, so I didn't have this opening here. And so especially for weaker people, smaller people, people who are outsized, outstrength, this often happens. You just get stuck here. Somebody's super strong or whatever. Sometimes you can't extend it. So you get like this far. You can always drop down if the knees are okay, of course. Okay, but you won't have any chance at anything if this goes over here or over here. Okay, so let's imagine the uke, and let's not yet do this thing that I explained that Cliff and I were doing, this exaggerated vacuum. Let's not do that yet. Let's stay with the classic. Okay, so they come and they grab, extend through the crown of your head. Now Seigan. Seigan already changes the equation. And the back foot comes through. Yes, nice. Extend. Zengogiri, and then cut. Let's try it from left hanmi. Very nice. It's looking really good. Cut. Tenshin. Boom. And you've probably felt somebody really strong. It comes right in here. Boom. Translates. It goes right down your back leg into the tatami. If you set yourself up nicely, they're pushing against the tatami when they push here. It's not easy, but yeah. And the shoulders have to be loose for that to happen, so that they don't block that energy going into the tatami. Okay. Then try to just put your foot in that space. Here. And you can extend also. Yeah. Looks nice. Let's do a few more, just at your own pace. Don't need to stop after each one. A few in repetition. Seigan Gamai, step through. I'm imagining a really heavy uke. You can do the same if you want. Down, down. This is when the land. Then Seigan Gamai. Seigan Gamai. Nice Cliff, yes. Nice Thomas. Yes. And then let me say just a little bit more about this transferring the power into the tatami. I don't know if that made sense, but anyway, if you can imagine coming to grab my right wrist with your left hand, and then I do this, and then you're pushing into my center. Remember, all these crazy looking wrist grabs in Aikido, they come from sword, right? So I happen to have my beautiful, beautiful gift of an iaito, right? And if I have the iaito here, then the enemy doesn't want me to draw my sword, of course, right? So, you know, cage fighting, MMA, they're like, oh, what are you guys doing? It's crazy. Not so crazy when you think about this, okay? It made sense back in the 1800s or whatever. So it's so important for my partner, my enemy, to keep this hand from coming out, okay? And if the sword is over here, then I really have no power to do it. But anyway, here I have to employ my body. I have to use my body for it. So anyway, uke is coming in with a lot of power, a lot of determination, a lot of weight, locking this against me. All right, not just grabbing a wrist tight like this, grabbing like this and pushing in from their center to mine. So, and a lot of people don't attack that way in Aikido anymore. Even if it's less intense, still the direction, oftentimes they don't really understand this. So a lot of power, little power. Anyway, they're coming in with this towards the center, not just coming in and grabbing a wrist like this. Into the center to pin it against the partner's torso. So that's what I'm dealing with when uke is coming in to grab. So I do this, and now they're pushing here. All right. If I, what's the word? Anyway, if I give up on this, using this muscle, this deltoid, and I just continue stretching stretching up through the crown of my head, and I really, really loosen the shoulders, and I keep this structure. If they are pushing right here, then it goes down my back leg. Their force goes down my back leg into the tatami, into the earth. And so it's very, very stable for me. But if I'm off even a little bit, this is out here, or if my foot's like this, or my foot's like that, everything falls apart. So that's what creating the structure, embodying these structures and patterns is so helpful, so important. We do this, the force is here, I can bend my knees and allow it to go into the earth. After many, many years, many hours of practicing it. I'm so talkative today, and we're over time. So anyway, let's wrap it up, and I want to hear your thoughts about this topic as well at the end. Maybe we'll explore it more deeply next week. So anyway, let's sit down. All right, expand and compress. All right, let's bow out. Shomen me. Hey. Hey. Arigatou gozaimashita. Nice. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Feel free to unmute yourselves. And turn this off.